Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here for the offense. To the ground with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to power their way ahead. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Looking to scramble. The throw. A strike downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Nice read and nice throw. And I know Wisconsin quarterbacks always get the unfair moniker that they're game managers, and it's because they've always been a great rushing offense. Just got to complete a couple throws, keep the offense on schedule. But when you think about the offenses where they've had a difference maker, a guy like Russell Wilson that were able to throw on 1st down, take shots, just make them so much more explosive. I think this guy has some of those traits too.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you want to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
To the air, it's Van Dyke. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Badgers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They march 78 yards down the field. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He's going to pass. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
This offense has a second down play. Snap it to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield, sometimes taking wildcat snaps? Nobody could stop them. This
This historic stadium, home to the Iron Horse and the Great Dane, to Wilson and Alvarez. Camp Randall Stadium in Madtown, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. For a productive play on first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. That's caught. It's White. And that's a live ball. Oh, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble. But, man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
They'll throw it on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got a wide open receiver. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Pass escapes him, still on his feet. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. And the Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll give it to him again. Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Ball's at the 13. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
I love the aggressive nature of the play calling there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on 4th down. Obviously, you just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it. And not just get it, they score a touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Fair catch called for and made. This The toss to the right. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Anthony. Still running at the 40. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go with a direct snap. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Green. Working that left side now. Across the 25, he's got room. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Getting set for the point after. Splits the uprights. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Oh, he's going to go for the return. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Running back goes in motion. Got the first down and more. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent The whole summer designing, I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to block it, and boom, make a big play.
They'll leave it with him. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, we clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
They've already converted a 4th down here in the first quarter, and they'll try it again. Oh, he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
Touchdown, Badger! What a catch and run for 6.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. The running back takes the football, he does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Husky Stadium, but the purple and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over South Carolina. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for room at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. The 20. Past the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Arkansas.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barry Johnson. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Oh, gave the defender the business. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13th.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again. And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. First down here for the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll throw it on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. The Badgers racing to the line in a hurry-up.
No, it was incomplete. I'm okay with that. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Back to throw, it's Van Dyke. They're working that left side. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
And the Badgers are moving quickly down the field.
Get set, get set.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Boy, these offenses are just making it look easy.
Defense optional in college football nowadays. So many weapons, so much speed on the field, so hard to defend. Defense, I don't know how you play it. I really don't. Just try to get a stop. Beg for one, please.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
That's a really good job by the defense reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
Got his man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Fakes his man out. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally and handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Smashes ahead. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Quick completion to the right. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Arkansas. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, You know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
At the 40. Offense facing 4th down.
I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Motion from the offense. Looking for a man. It's Green. It's complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. One more snap coming before halftime. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
35. Wisconsin.
The Badgers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with him.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to pass. It's Green. Pocket starts to collapse. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Lining up to convert third down. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's out past the 35. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Razorbacks will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
The sure hands. It's Sategna. Got room at the 35. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Purdue is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmatched. They're up by 21 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to throw, it's Van Dyke. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Razorbacks! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead.
That makes the score Arkansas 49, Wisconsin 21.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. This is a 3rd and long. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Makes the grab on the left. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
On the run, it's White.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Running back searching for a hole. And the Badgers get enough to move the chains.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Badgers! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller.
He's loose. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To throw, it's Green. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anthony. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. DB's right up on the receivers. Working that left side now. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
Really nice job by the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics on 4th down, say to go for it. They trust their quarterback. He gets it done with the completion and gets the big first down.
Breaks the tackle. And he throws hands with that strong, stiff arm, but still not a lot of running room there.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there to your running back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got it past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
The Razorbacks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Green. He's right on target. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barry Johnson. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent team.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to